Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing count subarrays where max element appears at least k times. So, given a integer array nums and a positive integer k, what you want to do is return the maximum number of subarrays where the maximum number of nums appears at least k times that subarray. Now, so for this example here, 132, 233, where we know that the maximum value is going to be 3, and we want to grab every subarray that looks like that. So what I'm thinking of doing is having a sliding window. And what we can do with that sliding window is traverse through the array, checking to see whether or not the elements within that subarray have the specified amounts of the maximum number that there needs to be for this to be a valid subarray. So, well, let's do like a little comment here actually. We have 132, 233. So first things first, we have two pointers. We move one pointer forward, checking to see whether or not it has 3. In this case, no it doesn't. It has to have 2 of them because k is equal to 2. No it doesn't. No. Oh, and yes it does. So this subarray has this possible amounts. Now, from this one, how do we figure out how many possible subarrays there are? Well, we can see that obviously the this one has is one possible combination. So 1, 3, 2, 2, 3. Now, what we can do is we can also move this forward up by 1. So we have 3, 2, 3 as well. We know that this is possible. Well, actually, we know that this isn't possible because this one has been removed. So, like, the 3 has been removed, so it's no longer possible. So, at that point, it can't be possible anymore, and we want to keep moving it forward until there is 2 again. So, as soon as the criteria is broken, we want to move the pointer up forward again, check to see effectively how to get 2. There's going to be nothing left, so we move on to the next one. And then yeah, we can keep moving. Actually, what we can do is we can keep moving the left pointer forward up until it's equal to the actual number, like until it's equal to number again, the criteria is met, and then you can keep resuming it on, so on and so forth. So I guess it's better to explain it through code, so I can begin implementing it now. What I can do is first I can have a left pointer set to 0, and then we have we need to first obtain the maximum number, which we can do by setting the max of nums over here. That's an O of n operation. Next thing we want to do is we want to have a max counter, which keeps track of how many times the maximum counter, like the maximum value, has appeared. So after that, we want to loop through for the right pointer in range length of nums. We want to keep iterating forward, and then what we want to do is we want to make sure to see if the nums right element is equal to the maximum value. We want to set the max counter and add it by 1. Now, next thing we want to do, because it's a sliding window, is we want to check our condition. And our condition is to check to see whether or not the elements, the maximum counter, is greater or equal to k. And if it is, then we want to be shrinking it until it isn't equal to k any longer. So we can do that by checking to see if the nums L, and we only want to do this if it's actually going to be worthwhile. So if the nums left is going to be equal to the maxi, then you want to subtract the max counter by 1, first of all, because that's what you're checking for, to see whether or not the condition works. Next thing you want to do is you want to add to the result, so res equals the length of nums minus r, and then we can effectively append this afterward at the very end. Now, you may be asking, why is this the value that we're appending to the result? the reason why, if you take a look at it, if we played back, if we move up at the very beginning, we check to see up until, for every single element, we've traversed the right pointer forward, right? So we keep moving it forward until and we keep incrementing the maximum forward, so we encounter 1, 3, and then we encounter another 3, and then we're good. Next thing we want to do is we want to move the pointer forward, right? And effectively, for this value, we want to append this, because like every single elements or subarray within like this specific place, right? You can have a possible combination. So for the result here, we have the length of the nums, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have the right pointer here, which is going to be equal to whatever specific value we have it to, right? So for this one, what's going to happen is we're going to add the result. And what are we adding to the result? We're adding to the result 1, because there's one possible combination in which it's going to work, right? So this one. And then that's it. We move on forward onto the next one, right? Because it'll eventually have reached the end of the array. The next possible combination, we move to this one. What can we possibly get from this? What possible combinations? We start off here. We can add, along with this one, we can add this one as well, right? So this possible combination. With this one, you're no longer able to add it. So therefore, you aren't able to have that as a possible value, and you don't include this. So the pattern here is that you're grabbing all of the elements that are left over after, basically all of the elements subtracted by the right pointer to see how many times extra elements you can add onto it and still have it work. So, because it doesn't matter if you add an extra element onto it, as long as the k or the maximum element is within that subarray already, you can keep adding onto it until it's reached its end. Until it reaches end. So if we go ahead and run this, we also have to have a res equals 0. If you go ahead and run this, we fully accepted. The time complexity for this is going to be O of n, because you're iterating through every single element inside the array, and also you're obtaining the maximum value at the very beginning. The space complexity of this one is going to be O of 1, because you're not actually storing the value at any place in memory. So, thank you for watching.